Can you upgrade a guitar for £50 with components from Aliexpress? Yes, but it depends on the guitar that you have. One thing that no one tells you is how long it takes to do this thing of YouTube and all the setup. It takes too long. So, my name is Rafael. I play music locally here in Blackpool. I like building DIY kits, modding guitars, and looking at guitars all day long, always on the search to buy the next thing that will give me happy and joy, only to be filled with nothingness. On one of those projects, I bought this guitar, this kit guitar from Coban Guitars. One of the problems with this guitar from the get-go were the tuners. They are really not good. They feel lumpy, they jump, they do nothing for a long time, and then they get to the point where they actually are tuning, but by then you've wasted time. And when you're playing live, one of the things that you don't have is time. At least in my head, I don't have. Everyone's always rushing for me to get to the next song and just sing and not talk and just play music, play monkey, play. But having good tuners does help if I'm trying to tune the guitar in between songs to get there. And with everyone talking about Guyker tuners and how good they are, I felt like it was a good bet. So £22 for tuners. The other thing that this guitar didn't have that really is needed when playing live is working pickups. So the pickups that came with it were microphonic in the bridge, meaning that for all the sounds that most of us play, which live in the bridge position, I wasn't able to use it because as soon as the volume was at gig volumes, it would start to, not work and squeal and feedback and do all those sorts of things. So I decided to get new pickups. I went on Aliexpress because my friend Peter had bought a couple of pickups from there and they were quite reasonable. And I saw that these guys were selling Epiphone pickups, probuckers, Nico and everything. The ones that cost £175 off the Gibson shop. Yeah, those ones. But for £23 with the electronics that have push-pull volume pots and full-size alpha pots and everything. So the installation was relatively easy. Both tuners and the pickups required some adjusting. The tuners, because these are 8mm size posts and the holes are 10mm, so I needed these adapters that go around the post. I had them in gold from a different project, from a Strat from a while back, so I just sort of sanded the top and installed the tuners. Job done. It doesn't really help with intonation and tuning, just to let you know. What helps with intonation in tuning is the nut and the bridge, in my opinion, and that was sort of good. I just needed to adjust the bone nut a bit better. Then we get to the pickups. The electronics needed some widening of holes as well, because the full pots are wider than the pots that came with the guitar, with the pre-wired kit guitar. So the only thing that I needed to solder really was the ground wiring cable that comes from the bridge post to the any of the ground connections on the pickups. Meaning that now I have a semi-hollow guitar in green, which is a rare color, particularly here in the UK. There's no Epiphones 335s in green, for example, or 355s or anything. There is the olive drab green that a couple of American shops got as a limited edition, but in sort of the Chris Cornell green, there's nothing here in the UK. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to paint it in this color, with the black plastic fittings and tip and round nut around the pickup selector and these top hats and everything. So I think visually it's really good, right? Obviously inside the cavities could be better and everything. One thing that made all this installation of pickups and everything much easier is the fact that I cut a hole on the back and it has a magic port, which could be like an Apple product. That means that I can just take this off and access electronics and the pickups and everything and put this one back on without having to worry. It's like, oh, but the integrity of the guitar. Oh, but you need to learn how to do tubing. Oh, why don't you just use... Shut up! I don't care. I don't care about your reasons. This is my guitar. I drilled the hole in it and I can access it whenever I want. You can go and take your tubing and put it in a place where the sun don't shine. Right? I'm sick and tired of every time that I post this guitar and we're like, oh, but you ruined the guitar. Yes, because I was going to be able to sell this £200 kit guitar for a lot of money and now I won't. Sorry. Versatility. So this guitar now is super versatile, right? It has two push-pulls, meaning that you can split the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. But on one of the songs that I played at the bootleg open mic that I took this guitar to because I really wanted to test it in a live stage was, in the beginning I would start with the bridge split. For me, it was important to have these options, meaning that now I have a guitar that I can trust because it tunes up well, it stays in tune because I've made the adjustments, it has the pickups that I like the sound of, that are not microphonic, I have the versatility of the push-pulls to give me a bit more sounds. I can use it live, I can leave it at home, I can do whatever I want with it, but at least I know that this £50 upgrade that I've made means that it's now a giggable guitar. So before I had a £250 guitar that wasn't usable, right? I could have bought a Harley Benton, right? Which is usable and probably sounds good and has all the switching positions. But the difference here is that this is a guitar that I've put together, I know its ins and outs, and I know all its imperfections. I know that the binding is not scraped properly, I know that the neck joint here, it seems like it's not as smoothed out, and it has given me a much big appreciation for all the hard work that the guitar makers in all of Asia, that for all these years, which they have access to YouTube, the same as us, I don't know if you know that, I've been bad-mouthed of these Asian-made guitars when they're given like half a minute to do anything. And they come out really well, really good, all with the gear and hardware that they have to put on the guitars. So can you upgrade your guitar for £50? Yes, but it depends on your point of origin. Is your guitar better off actually for putting basic upgrades from Epiphone in it? Maybe, but if you already have a good guitar, like if you have a Fret King or a Sherry Gold or an Eastman, these are not really upgrades. You'll need to spend way more money to have an upgrade. But if you're fixing up an old guitar or if you're kitting out a DIY kit guitar, I think this would be really useful upgrades to consider. And they don't take that long to arrive anymore. And you know, I don't know how legal it is to say that they're selling Epiphone pickups, but they are Epiphone branded. I don't know. They sound good to me, and it has improved the guitar, and it's now a professional or a giggable guitar, which wasn't before. Alright? Thank you so much. I hope this has helped you in one way or another, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.